Hello, everyone. Welcome to Iredell Statesville Schools EDtalks. Our guest today is Becky Gallagher, who is the Director of Elections for Iredell County. Hi, Becky, and welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
I just found out this morning that you're a North Iredell graduate.
I am.
So your stock just went up.
Well, good. I am very proud of that. I graduated from North Iredell High School, and I
Yes.
live in the northern end of the county.
Well, we're always proud to see our graduates go on and become fine citizens in the community and to take on leadership roles, and that's exactly what you have done. The Board of Elections is a very important office in this community, and we are in the election season, so we thought we'd have you come in today and tell us a little bit about the important work that you do. And we've got a primary coming up here on March the 15th, so thanks for being here. And I'd like to start by simply complimenting you because you and the staff at your office have a reputation of integrity, and you take your work very, very seriously. And to my knowledge, there's never been any discrepancies or issues with your office. You guys just do excellent work and have an outstanding reputation in the community. So kudos to you.
Well, thank you.
For that. I know you take your work very, very seriously.
We do, all of us. I have a 3-member board, and I have staff of 4, including myself, and we do take it very seriously, yes.
Now, you run all the elections, the federal elections, the state elections, county elections, municipal elections. That's a lot to keep up with.
That is correct. We conduct all the elections for our county, no matter, if it's a special election, municipal, federal, you're right. We do conduct all of them.
Now, since the last election, there has been some sweeping changes made in North Carolina. Tell us about some of the new legislation that will be impacting this election cycle.
That's true. Starting this year, voters will have to show a photo ID when they go in to vote. We've talked about it from 2013 up to this point, but starting with our primary, when they go in to vote, they will have to present a photo ID with them, have it with them. Mm-hmm. And it can be a driver's license, as an ID card from the driver's license, mm-hmm. Passport, a military ID card, tribal enrollment card. So there's different acceptable forms, but they will have to show that when they go in to vote this year.
Mm-hmm. Now, you told me earlier, too, about a new way of voting by actually requesting a ballot by mail.
Well, it's not really new, but years ago, voters had to have a reason for having mm-hmm. a ballot mailed to them. Mm-hmm. Now, the way our laws are written, anybody can request an absentee ballot be mailed to them. And the law did change last year that you have to request on a state form. We have those available. They're available on our website. It's very easy to get your hands on one of those forms, but when you send that form in with your identification, which happens to be either your driver's license number or the last 4 digits of your social security number, mm-hmm. if you complete that form, get it to us, we'll mail you a ballot, mm-hmm. and you can vote your ballot in the convenience of your home.
Wow.
And mail it back to us.
Yeah, so there's really no excuse for not voting. I mean, it's really easier for folks to vote now.
I think it is, and not only the mail-in ballot, but we have early voting sites, mm-hmm. and that will start March 3rd in our office.
Okay.
Our hours will be from 7:30 a.m. till 5:30 p.m. You can come in and vote. You have to remember, though, to bring your photo ID with you to vote. But we also will have 4 additional sites that will open up March 7th in the county. We'll have one site in the northern end at the Union Grove Fire Department. We'll have 2 sites in Mooresville, and we'll have 1 in Troutman, plus our office. And all of those sites will be open, and anybody can go to any of those sites during that period and vote early. And then they don't have to go on election day.
I see. Avoid those lines.
Avoid those lines. Yeah. And then, of course, if you miss that time period, you would go on election day, but you would go to your polling place to vote. And I want to mention one thing. If the voter registration deadline was the 19th, but if there's anybody that needs to get registered, still they're wanting to vote in this primary, they can go to one of the early voting sites, bring a photo ID with them. If their photo ID has their current address where they live in the county, that will suffice for their proof of residency. They can come into an early voting site, register, and vote the same day.
Okay.
So if you've missed that deadline to register, but you still want to participate, come to a voting site during the early voting period, bring your proof of residency, which can be your driver's license if it's current with
Right.
that address. If it's not, they can bring another document that has their name and address, come in and register and vote the same day.
Right.
But now, if you don't come into the early voting sites, you cannot do that on election day. So you've still got that window there to come into the early voting site.
Okay, good. That's good information to know. And of course, in our nation, we do allow 18-year-olds to vote. And from your perspective, are younger people taking advantage of that right, or is that do you see that ebb and flow with different election cycles?
We see it primarily at presidential elections. I would like to see it at all of the elections
Yes.
because each election is important.
Right.
But we have seen quite a few registrations come through, well, before the deadline.
Yeah.
But let me also say that a 17-year-old can participate in the primary if they are going to be 18 by the date of the November election.
Wow, I did not know that.
Yes.
That's good to know.
They can vote in the primary. The only thing they will not see on their ballot that will be different from our ballot would be the bond election. And because the bond election is an election, they will not see that contest on their
Well,
ballot.
that makes sense. Yes. Yeah.
But yes, they can also participate.
Right. Well, I know that recently we had some students visit us from China, and they saw a lot of the TV ads and the debates on television, and it was fascinating for those students who are coming from a communist country to see democracy in action. And several of the students did make comments about how wonderful it must be to get to pick your leaders. And I think sometimes that we kind of take that for granted. I see the low voter turnout in some of the elections, and of course it's just disappointing. People have worked so hard in previous generations to create the blessings of liberty for us, and voting is one of those privileges and rights. And I just hope that folks will take advantage of this primary season and participate. And if folks want more information about the election cycle and the new changes, they can certainly get in contact with your office. How would they do that?
They can call us at the office, and our main number is 704-878-3140. We have a wonderful website. If they just get onto the Iredell County website and go to the Board of Elections, they can Google Iredell County Board of Elections. Our website has a multitude of information on it. We also have a Facebook page that we're very proud of. So, look us up there. But one thing I do want to mention that's different this primary, and it has to do with the congressional redistricting that I'm sure you've heard about on the television.
Absolutely.
This primary is going to be different from others because we will not have a second primary. So it's very important for voters to know that if you have a candidate that you want to support, you need to participate in this primary in order to get them on the November ballot, because there will be no chance for a second primary this year only.
Yeah, so March the 15th is your one and only opportunity.
That's
there.
right. Top voters get it. So, voters need to understand that they need to take advantage of this and get out and vote.
Yes, absolutely. Well, again, Becky, thank you for the work that you and your staff do. Again, you've got a stellar reputation, and we're so proud of you and the work that you do for the citizens of this community. And we wish you good luck. I know it's a busy time for you, and you're going to get really busy here in the next few days.
Yes.
So thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks for watching. And again, if you want more information about the Board of Elections, you access that website through the Iredell County Government website and then go to Board of Elections. Thanks for watching.